Hey, spiritual superstars, how are you? Welcome. So, if you are struggling or if you are just trying to be, maybe you're seeking out ways to improve your accuracy or figure out anything about tarot, oracle, card reading, this is going to be the video for you, okay? I'm Nicole, and welcome. If you're new, come on in, subscribe. Remember to type in your 1111s, 41s, the opening of the spirit realm. If you're not new, welcome back. We absolutely appreciate you being here. I'm founder of Spiritual Guidance Academy, where we help you master your spiritual gifts and we help you learn more about spirituality so that you can live your best life and enjoy what you do with sustainability. We don't want you to be working for no job, 9 to 5, an employer. If that's not what you want to do and you really want business ownership, then this is the right place for you to be. All right, so hit that thumbs up and let me know that I can keep coming over with spiritual guidance. All right, so let's go ahead and just dive right in. Remember, type in your 1111s, the opening of the spirit realm. All right, and when we do that, we are calling in our blessings. And right now, I'm doing this live on the new moon in Libra's balancing. Create that generational wealth, create that legacy income, money making, manifesting true love, Libra energy. And we all get to feel that energy right now. So you must, hey Sylvia, hey Shireen, how are you? It's been a while. I know that's right. Welcome back. So let's say you are, you know what? Type in the comments if you are a YouTuber, if you are a card reader, if you are a spiritual guidance reader, if you are a tarot reader, if you are a psychic, an empath, an intuit, a channel, a medium, what are you doing in the spiritual community? What is your purpose? What do you feel your gifts are? If you are in business or you want to be in business, type it in the comments section. Let me know who I'm having a conversation with. So when you decide that you've got these gifts and you've got them for a reason, and that reason is to share with other people and to help other people, then there's this automatic decision that you're making. I mean, it's a choice. So that doesn't mean that just because you make this choice to serve as this medium for divine source, that's going to be something that you automatically want to do. See, when you're on purpose and you're really seeking out your calling, or your calling is seeking you out, that don't mean that you really want it. So the first thing is really to fight past that fear. The first thing is to really fight past that fear. You have got to own it. And a lot of it, I think we don't own it because our human has already been beat down, destroyed in many ways, from people criticizing us, from judging spirituality, from judging spiritual tools or anything like that. And so you just really have to make sure I could get this, because it kind of went wonky. You really want to make sure that you understand the fear that goes along with it too. When I first came over, I was scared. I was so scared to just channel for you because I'd never channeled openly like that. I would always do it behind closed doors. I didn't really know to call it channeling or serving as a medium. And I knew that Spirit told me not to use anything tarot first. Like I could not touch it. So I think my first deck was Doreen Virtue's Angel cards, and I have it here. John, now I can't think of spirit messages from took one of his courses too, John Holland. And they felt really good. So a lot of the decks that I had purchased, I couldn't touch it. And so I highly recommend, we probably gonna go over more than three things that you need to know. But I highly recommend that you throw out what you know your human can't touch. So you first got to get past that fear of knowing that you are gifted and being able to share your gifts with all of humanity openly in order to succeed as a business owner. Okay? If you're still trying to play it small, your money's going to be small. If you're still trying to play it behind closed doors, your audience is going to be behind closed doors. And when I feel like when we have this calling on our soul and we feel like we have to serve the masses, then we just get automatically scared because our human freaks out. So first, get past that fear. And the way that you do it, the way that I did it, was to just take that leap of faith and answer my spiritual guidance, keep following my spiritual guidance, and just do it. I literally, it can't get any simpler than that, because the only person that you really have to get past is you. When you look at it, like, how many of you, I want you to comment, how many of you have been doing readings behind closed doors? You have been doing readings for yourself, right? And now you feel like, I want to go out there and serve other people. You feel like you can do this, but you need that validation. You need that interaction. And in order for you to get that, you either have to join some groups, right, on social media, or you're just going to take that leap of faith and you're going to open up your own channel, or you're going to start doing readings somewhere online. You might get a gig with a 800 number kind of place, or an online card reading community or something like that. But either way, in order for you to do it, you have to still take a certain leap of faith, right, in order to put yourself out there. So I guess the first thing is to really, you got to get over yourself. You got to take that leap of faith. And another thing for you to be successful as a card reader is you got to think about what you're doing to your human. Spirit, God, Allah, Jehovah, the Most High. Why would our Creator want to bless us when we're not taking care of us? I really believe that we have got to take the best care of our vessel as possible. That doesn't mean that you have to be a vegan. That doesn't mean that you have to stop drinking alcohol. It means that you do what's best for you, what's healthiest for you. I started having wine, I don't know, like maybe a couple years ago, after not having it forever. I mean, like, I just didn't have the taste for it. But the reason I started was because, number one, I'm an adult. And number two, I know that red wine has some really good healthy properties to it for my blood. So it was heart health. But I also, I'm an adult, and that alone allowed me to have an ease in my life and ownership of my life that just says, I have permission to do this. I gave myself permission. How does that play out as a card reader? It means that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So giving myself permission to just have a glass of wine every now and then, or have one of my frozen cocktails every now and then, allows me to give myself permission in other areas, such as my pricing, such as the way that I want to do a flash sale, such as the way that I choose to provide my readings. It really is ownership. And when you're just starting out, and as a card reader, as a empath and intuit, as a channel, you as a psychic, you want to understand as a successful business owner that you got to look at your business as a business. And so that personal ownership is something that isn't just in your business. It's not just like this. I hope this makes sense. You know, Mercury is my ruling planet, and Mercury is so retrograde right now. So you just have to work with me and love on me because I love on you, you know, and just help me get through it because we got messages to give you. So that ownership is really big. All right. Another way, another thing for you to do is you got to get over the fear of receiving money. So if you are not okay with receiving money for what you do, please comment down below, because we got to help you break past that limiting belief, okay? In order for you to be in business successfully, you have to accept the exchange of money. That's a selfish energy for a lot of people, and a lot of people attach money is the root of all evil. It is not. Money is a great thing. Money should be your best friend. You should reaffirm that money and spirituality coexist in harmony. Money and spirituality coexist in a harmonious, balanced blessing of abundance. That's an excellent affirmation on today on the new moon. Write that down. I'm writing that down right now. Right now, I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. Money and spirituality. Write it down, spiritual superstar. When something like this comes to you, you got to write it down, okay? Because that's not coming from me. That's coming from spirit. Okay, money and spirituality coexist in perfect harmonious balance that creates generational wealth and I have legacy income on mine. So I don't know what you put on yours, but that was an excellent affirmation. So remember that a lot of people, what I watched a lot of people do when I was trying to figure out, well, how do I price myself? I watched a lot of people just not pricing themselves, right? I watched so many people just not put a price tag on the services that they provide. And a lot of that came from the first thing I shared with you, which was the fear-based energy of feeling like, okay, well, you really are telling the universe that you don't deserve to get paid for the gifts that Spirit gave you. God didn't give us spiritual gifts for us not to use them. Yet, a lot of people have that block of, well, if I'm not, in order for me to get paid, I have to be working for a job. That's not true. That also gives away your power. So you see where I'm going with this, where all of the steps tie in. So you got to get past yourself, which is the fear of your own success, of going out there and being of value, using your gifts. And you've got to have ownership over your life, every area of life, still keeping that humility and that humbleness towards God. But then you have to be okay with the exchange of money. You have to know what the value is. And that value says, I'm providing a service, so I deserve to get paid for the value that I bring. Okay? You gave a service, you deserve to get paid. Now, here's the other thing. A lot of people mess this up, and I want to be very, very clear about this, because I want you to be in business successfully and sustainably, meaning you can do it. It's going to run on its own. You can step away for a little while and enjoy your life, okay? And you don't have to depend on everybody else. You have ownership over your life. You give yourself permission, okay? The Spirit already gave you that permission. Didn't give it to anybody else. You end up giving it to other people. So don't do that. All right. When you don't accept money or an exchange of money, which is value, that money can come in any kind of way. When you don't accept an exchange of value in return for the value you give, you are actually blocking someone's blessing. You're actually blocking your client's blessing. Did you ever do that before? Hit the thumbs up button if I just gave you value there, because I know the first time that Spirit sat me down with that, it was like, oh my gosh. I mean, it hit me hard because it was the complete opposite of what I was trying to do, which was trying to bless people. And what I was doing was, I saw people just giving readings, just like an hour in, it was for free. And then like for each star sign, they were doing like, man, they would just go on and it was all free. And then they would be like, I'm sorry I didn't come over for a while. I just been so depleted. And I'm like, they burning themselves out and they not even getting paid for doing it. And they're, absorbing everyone else's energy, and that stuff takes a long time to get out of you. And so my thing is spiritual safety. That's number one. Whenever you come to our programs on spiritualguidanceacademy.com, spiritual safety is the number one thing you will always hear me say. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But when you are not, accepting the exchange, you're blocking someone else's blessing, because just like you are having a good time giving, oh, you feel so fulfilled, right? You feel like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I can literally give to people and I love it and I'm getting this appreciation. But then where do they get it? How are you letting them have that same but opposite feeling? That's your responsibility. It's the exchange. It's not for you to hog. It's not for you to keep and block their blessing. They just blessed you by allowing you to give to them. Yes, yes, or yes, right? They just blessed you for you to give to them as an audience. You've got a captive audience. You've got captive clients. You've got captive customers, right? They're paying you attention, right? There's value there. And so for you to just say, no, you don't have to pay me, is doing this. You block them, right? How selfish is that? So when Spirit was like, you're being selfish, and I didn't raise you like that. I'm like, you sure didn't. Oh, I couldn't even, I had to cower. and humble myself. And realize that's what I was doing to people, because people were emailing me, how can I pay you? How can I donate to your mission? How can I just send you some money? This one client, before she was even my client, I'll never forget her. She gave me $200, so I finally got my pricing together, and at the time it was $100 for, I think it was like $100 for an hour. And I had a really hard time receiving that. And but then I got to the point of, okay, I understood my value. And at the time, I felt like that was appropriate to the value that I was bringing. And so she booked a session with me, and she never kept it. Then I rescheduled with her, and she had another reason she couldn't make it. Then she ended up sending me another $100. And I was like, why are you sending me this money? We haven't even had a session. And I said, well, do you want me to just refund you the money for the reading? And she was like, no. She sent me this long email and said, you have blessed me more than you know. This is the least that I can do. Just give it to somebody else. Give somebody else a reading, but keep the money, because what you gave me is way more valuable than $200 to me. I'll never forget her. And that has happened all the time ever since. And so my last thing to share with you to be successful as a card reader is for you to stay humble. Stay humble in the position of authority and responsibility that Spirit has instilled in you. Don't take advantage of people. Stay in your integrity. And the second you feel like you've hurt somebody, you cannot go into business trying to please everybody. You have to please God, who gave you those gifts, and you have to please yourself. If you go in trying to please every client that you have, you will fail. You can't be a people pleaser, and you have to be okay with the exchange of money, and you have to be okay with ownership, and you have to be okay with knowing that you're gonna have to do it scared. Okay? And that is gonna keep you in the flow of abundance. I promise you that. I promise you. So whenever somebody comes to you and they are like, well, so-and-so gave me a reading and it was the complete opposite, and I want my money back. Okay. Or are you sure? Are you sure that this is from Spirit? Could the reading be wrong? You got to know as a bonus, okay? People are going to come to you with a preconceived desired outcome. Are they not? Who is in business as a card reader and you have had that happen to you? Comment down below and let me know. Comment down below if someone has asked you for a refund because they didn't like the outcome of your spiritually guided reading or your channeled message, and you've had to deal with that. So sometimes if you haven't followed those steps, I feel like you would be more apt to try to give them a refund. You can't take back the energy that you poured into channeling their message. And you can't go into business trying to please everybody and their mama. You cannot. You have to please the Most High. You have to please you. Now, if you're trying to worship somebody else or something else, then I can't help you. This is not the video for you because I believe in God and that's who I channel from. If it's from God, we're good. Okay. If you believe in God, we're good, you know, and that goes with my clients too. You got to believe in love, the universe. You got to have love for humanity. You know, all of these things matter because, honey, you're not in business by yourself ever. And when you got, especially when you got a family, you're absorbing energy. Okay. That's first off, always. If you're a reader, you're channeling messages, you're using you, the soul. So you got to have boundaries. You got to have those standards. You got to have a sense of value. You got to be okay with the business side in order to be successful in your business year after year after year. Think about it. How many times do you see other tarot readers and then you don't see them at all anymore? Okay? It happens all the time. There's so many of us out here on YouTube. So you got to have some core values in order for you to continue to thrive. Okay? And somebody asked me that, do you stand by your reading? Because they did go to somebody else and I gave them a totally different, this is according to her, totally different reading than she went to, I think it was her cousin who does readings and gave her exactly what she wanted to hear. And she asked me, do you stand by your reading? Could the readings be inaccurate? I said, I am so sorry that you feel that way. However, I stand by my reading 100%. And I pray that you find exactly what you're looking for. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So when you are solid in the job that you do, when you are solid in who you channel your messages from, whether it be our ancestors that you're working with, whether it be our archangels, your spirit guides, your client's spiritual team, ascended masters, messengers of the Most High, stand by the work that you do. Okay? And if you can't stand by the work that you do, this is my humble opinion, you shouldn't be in business doing it then. If you can't stand by your work, why are you doing it? Because then you don't have business ownership. You don't have personal authority. You got to have personal agency because we are all blessed with that. Meaning you just control you, right? And so once you know that, everything else, literally it does fall into place because you're coming from a place of value, and that's how you're going to price yourself. That's how you're going to conduct your business. That's how you're going to decide who you serve and who you don't. There's going to be times as a bonus. Now I'm just going into bonuses here. You're gonna turn people down when you're in integrity. When you're moving with integrity, you're not going to please everybody else. You don't even want to. So you're okay turning people down for services because you don't want to interact with everybody's energy. Everybody is not a good client. Okay, so let's say that you have, you know what, let me ask you, what's a question that you have in your business as a card reader? What questions do you get? What do you have? Because we definitely can help you with our certified tarot and oracle spiritual guidance training. And I'll give you the link here also. Lisa Lisa Lee says, I do not have a problem with receiving money. Excellent. Excellent, girl. Here's a little something that I also say. May prosperity flow freely through my life. I sent the natural attraction to wealth and its comforts. Let me embrace prosperity in all forms. Girl, I love that. I'm writing that down. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now I'm going to tell you why that's so powerful. It's because if you aren't networking, you are not succeeding. Network marketing is the number one industry there is, and that's why every business that I have is up with network marketing. What we just did was network. That's network marketing, okay? What she just put out there in the comment section was an affirmation that she uses. She marketed that. I received it. That means that we are right here. Right here, girl. Thank you so much. And y'all need to write that comment down, her affirmation on this beautiful new moon energy that we got. So I'm going to write that down. Let's see. May prosperity. And Spirit Superstars, what questions do you have that I can answer about your card reading, business, or anything right now? Let's just answer. I'll just do a quick Q&A if you got questions. While I write this amazing affirmation down. I like that it says, I like that you put the natural attraction to wealth, because that really feels flowing to me. It feels free. It feels comforting to me, the verbiage. And I absolutely love the word embrace. Embrace. Let's me embrace prosperity. I love that. In all forms. And the beautiful thing about that is in all forms. The exchange of money is going to come to you in all forms, right? And so you have to know, just like we teach that in our Start From Scratch, we teach that in our Certified Spiritual Life Coaching Program. We teach that certainly in our Certified Angel and Oracle Card Reading Program to become a Certified Spiritual Guide and Card Reader. And you got to embrace that. But embracing it is in all forms as well. In mind, body, soul, right? And so it's just not physical embracing, but it's a part of it. So let's say that your blessing comes in through a messenger that you're not used to receiving your messages or guidance from, right? You might not even be open to receiving from a child, but that child brings you the blessing that spirit put on his or her tongue. And so baby, boom, gonna come out with it, right? But if you're not open to that form that blessing was delivered to you in, then that prosperity is going to go to somebody else, and you will have blocked your own blessing by being in your own way. So verbiage is really, really important. And especially with this beautiful new moon energy, you want to make sure that you're watching your words, and you watch your words through your thoughts. Hope that makes sense. All right. So Dallas, Texas. Thank you again, Lisa Lee. Mwah. Girl, that was brilliant. And I'm glad you felt that whatever I said was correct, Shireen. I love your name. Dallas, Texas. Hey, just started my spiritual channel. I have good content, but I don't know how to get in the algorithm. Any tips? Excellent. Congratulations. Let me ring the bell for you. Boom. Congratulations. Come on now, let's show some appreciation for Dallas, Texas, because you had to get over some fear. you know, and being able to do that, that's a huge deal. I celebrate you for that. Congratulations on future prosperity, wealth, and abundance, honey. We want you in business for longevity. We want you to be sustainable too. All right, so the get into the allegory, you know, Mercury's retrograde, so help me understand. The algorithm, is that what you're asking me? Like how to be seen and visibility and stuff like that? Because I need some help to understand. Tell me a little bit more about that. And I'll share something else as well. Another tip that you want is to make sure that I shared a little bit about not touching the wrong energy, right, with cards. Okay. And you want to make sure that you're reading that energy. For a very long time, I did not let my children touch anything, nothing, but crystals. I didn't let them touch any of my decks. I didn't let them touch anything else, no tools, no nothing, crystals. I always clear my crystals. I charge my crystals, meaning I go through a process, a ritual to make sure that negative energy is out of it. And my crystals are charged with God's energy, infused with God's love, right? And so you just want to make sure that you are using your intuition, using the gifts that the Most High gave you to make sure you know what energy has been poured into the making of the tools that you use. Okay, hope that makes sense. I'm telling you, Dallas says Mercury retrograde. Yes, that's what I meant. Honey, I feel the same way. Okay, so yeah, that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking me. So the best thing for you to always do for free is to literally look at YouTube creator content training videos. Literally, okay? You do not have to pay to do that. And I know a lot of people are on YouTube charging people to do that, especially in the spiritual community. And you don't have to pay to get that information. But you do have to pay somebody that is where you are going and for them to show you how to get where they are. Okay. But you don't have to pay for that bit by bit by bit training that YouTube provides you because YouTube wants you to be successful. All right. So the algorithm changes just like Facebook, just like Instagram. The algorithm is a set of rules, a strategy. It is a rhythm. So the algorithm decides how visible your videos are, when they're going to be seen, who they're going to be seen by. Take my daughter's content because we actually can play with the algorithm and make the algorithm work for us. So take my daughter. She has her own channel. Super proud of her. It's my baby girl. And she was like, Mama, she was like, I got more engagement by like 75%. And I'm like, well, first of all, how did you figure out it was 75%? And second, oh my gosh, like what did you do different? She was like, I took your advice. Big ups. Let me give myself as a mom. Whenever your child says they took your advice, that's like you hit the lottery, okay? Over and over and over again. That was good stuff. But what she did was simply put in certain tags. She put certain tags. She put certain verbiage in her title. She put cards, and she put cards, and she put ending links. You want to use what YouTube gives you. It takes a little while. It's worth it. I hope that makes sense. Because you control that. But what a lot of people I think do is they just don't take the time to do it. And it's a part of broken mentality. It is part of spirit of lack. It is a part of that broke, limiting belief mindset, closed mindset, because we can give, and it feels good because you're able to say, oh my gosh, I'm doing something of value. I'm giving, I'm of service, you know. But then it's broken because you're not measuring what you're giving. Therefore, how can you know the value that you're providing unless you do the work, right? And measure by feedback, analytics, look at your data, your background information. We all got a back office on YouTube, right? And you can go back in there and really look at your dashboard and really play around with it and see. I used to be a systems analyst, and that was my big thing. I used to be a financial analyst in corporate for over 25 years. So I love looking at numbers. I'm a statistics person. You have to look at the numbers and embrace it in order to grow from us on them, which means is that vicious cycle of being stuck, stagnant, not making any money on YouTube or in your business at all. And then once you make that shift though into, I'm going to look at the numbers, then you're going to find that you're starting to look at your own bank account more. And I highly recommend you do that. That's one of the things that we teach as a wealth strategy, is a money-making strategy, is to have that mindset of, I'm going to look at my money every day. My kids asked me today, did you check our bank accounts? Yes, I did. You know, you check your bank accounts today. You know, my daughter was like, I'm so sad to find out that I can't own my own estate until I'm 18. I'm like, go ahead with your bad self. You ain't got to worry about that. The fact that you're even researching that on your own is such a big deal. You know what I mean? So get up and close and personal to your back office, and you will be so grateful for it. Does that answer your question, Dallas, Texas? With your awesome self. Now open your YouTube channel. If I can help you, honey, I'm here for you. All right. Thank you. Much love and prosperity to you. I will update you on my channel. Awesome. I want you to email my team at spiritualguidanceacademy@gmail.com. We've got a promotion that's free going on right now. Eric, I got you in just a minute. And we are promoting people just like you, spiritual channels, people that are giving health and wellness, lifestyle medicine tips, and anything in spirituality that's of God, of high integrity. And we got to have the exclusive content, and we will definitely market and advertise you for free to help you get out there. What do we get out of it? Well, we don't only, we get satisfaction, but we also get to fulfill our mission. And part of our mission at Spiritual Guidance Academy is to change the phase of spirituality. Spirituality as an industry is very whitewashed, and we know that spirituality as a whole is certainly not. And so in order for us to be a part of that collective movement to widen that gap and to really allow those like you that are spiritually gifted to serve the masses, as we all have heard and answered and are trying to answer this call, we want to make sure that we help you get out there and be more visible and be able to really help people like only you can. All right. So email my team if anyone is open to that. We do have requirements, and so not everybody is going to qualify for it. Not everybody's going to want to do the work. But that's why we believe in providing excellent work. We believe in providing our very best, and that works for us. So I'm happy to help. Eric Jones says, can you drink wine if spiritual? Because I stopped drinking liquor. Let me tell you something. I had that thought too, Eric. I mean, I was so dry, it wasn't even ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous. It wasn't even funny. I mean, and the thing is that as a Baha'i, I was raised a Baha'i member of the Baha'i faith. And we're not supposed to drink in the Baha'i faith. And I felt like, why? But then as I researched more, you got to be careful about who is telling you that and what their idea is and what their philosophy is and what their lifestyle is. And you got to remember that God always tells us to seek out God's word, not seek it through somebody else all the time. You can seek it from a messenger, a channel, and receive it, because that's why we're so gifted and blessed to do that. It's a blessing to be a blessing. But once we're lazy and we just go to church, or we go to hear a sermon, or we hit a YouTube video, or we, whatever, we try to get that message to somebody else, that's a lazy route versus picking up your own prayer book, picking up your spiritual text, whether it be in the Bible, the Kitabi Buddha script, or Quran, or anything like that, and understanding really what that interpretation is to you, right? So I understood that it was really not getting drunk, really not getting drunk, because once you're getting drunk, your inhibition is lowered, your ethics and morals are lowered, and your integrity is lowered. So you're making mistakes, bad choices, bad decisions, doing stupid stuff, hurting people, hurting yourself, things you can't make up for, and you can't go back, from once you do things, and all from being drunk, all from being high, all from, just being stupid. And so having that balance, I think, in moderation is a beautiful thing. And like I shared earlier, I realized, you know what? I'm an adult. I get to have a drink every now and then, and I like it, because then I also got to get, I felt like a woman too. I felt more like I was in control of my life. And so I enjoyed my human life. Okay, because I'm the soul within her. And even though I could drink 2 tablespoons and be tipsy, I still liked having 2 tablespoons of wine in my wine glass, and nursing it. I could have a glass while I'm cooking dinner, and I feel like the woman that I was avoiding and not letting come out. Cognac too, brandy, whatever your thing is. It is a whole thing. It is a, let me let my feet down, or put my feet up, let me let my hair down as a human, just as much as if you are stressing out about becoming a vegetarian because you feel like, or a vegan because you feel like that's more spiritual, but your human side is like, you know what, I want me a good steak. Well, then maybe you need to have a bite of it every once in a while and just monitor that. You know what I mean? Like once a year, I used to have like a cheeseburger. And then that one time that year, a few years ago, I like got so sick. I was like, screw it. I ain't never having it again in my life. And that was it. The other day I had a piece of bacon, and it was like, and so people know that, oh, you don't eat that. You don't eat meat, right? Well, I eat fish, but then the other day I had a piece of bacon. I felt like it. I didn't get sick. It tasted good, and I was good. I was good. So what I believe in is when you deny your human of the simple pleasures of life, you make it that much more difficult for her or him to help you reach your goals, because she or he is the one on the front line of life. I hope that makes sense. because I sure enough, I enjoy it. I enjoy my life, and I strongly encourage you to enjoy yours, but just in moderation. If you're not hurting anybody, I do believe certain things are okay. I'm not shooting heroin, I'm not smoking crack, you know. That's my personal belief. That's my humble opinion. And plus, I'm a lifestyle medicine practitioner. You know, we literally studied that in one of my semesters in my Master of Science program, you know, literally about wine. So I believe in that. I believe in it. It's a part of our Mediterranean diet, right? You look over in certain parts of this world, they're always having a glass of wine. However, they're having red wine because of its natural medicinal purposes. And so that's a beautiful thing, you know, absolutely beautiful. What's your favorite brand? Oh my gosh, what's my favorite brand? I used to love Manischewitz wine. I still like it. I think peach and Concord grape are probably a couple of my favorite wines. But I am more of my taste buds changed to not wanting such sweet wine all the time. So there's a couple of wines that I like that I can't think of the name of it. Can't think of the name of it, but they taste really good. I love them. And they're not sweet, you know, so they're more robust and I really like them. I enjoy them a lot. Thank you for asking me that. All right, so I think we'll probably stop about there. But yeah, can you drink wine if spiritual? I really love that question because that comes from the heart and soul, and it also comes from some judgment too. And some people that are denying themselves the simple pleasures. I'll end with this. Ayahuasca tea. Ayahuasca tea is, to me, it is so unnecessary for you to achieve the type of spiritual pinnacle and clarity that one seeks when they are engaging in this tea. I've never tried it. I have no desire to try it. I researched it from top to bottom, and I know people personally that have done the ceremony, whether it be in the Amazon or anywhere in the States. And I know people that believe in it. Everybody that I have researched has all said that they had to go to what they equate to the depths of HE double hockey sticks in physical pain, in what they saw as evil images, and what they experienced in order to get enlightened. That to me is not of God. Period. Period. I know that we go through suffrage as being part human and we reach our goal. I know that as we plan our goal, we work our plan, and we stay on this journey, creating the life that we want, we're gonna get some bumps in the road, right? It's not always gonna be easy. But purposely going to the pain that they express, of the burning their whole insides, of seeing evil images on purpose in order to get to the height of seeing angels and all this utopia, to me, That ain't nothing that I want to experience. And here's why. Not only do I feel like that's not of God, I feel like you already see all of that. If you are spiritually gifted, I'm seeing all of that already. I don't want to experience it on purpose. If I come across an energy that is not of God, I feel it, I see it, I know it. Just as much as my kids do. So if I come across an energy that is of God, I see it, I feel it, I know it. Just as my kids do, just as you do too. So opening your third eye, receiving clarity in your mind's eye or your spiritual sight, I don't believe you have to do drugs in order to see that, in order to get there. Because if you have to go through that every single time and then you come back down to the reality of the life you live, what good was it? If you're doing it for that quick moment of, oh, I reached my higher self, did you really reach your higher self? Or was it a mirage? And then some people say, okay, well, a lot of people talk good about it. Yes, people do. I'm of the belief that I need to know, what else you got going on? What are your values? What you got going on? What else have you tried? What are your goals? What you got? What's going on with you? Well, what else? Because there's something else there. I just want to know what else is going on, you know? So I get that question quite often. And I used to get it a whole lot, like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. A lot of people were asking me. And not one person that I know has done it has ever really said that they received this breakthrough that has propelled them to the next level in their spiritual journey or their purpose to success. That's what they were looking for, was success or to the love of their life. What I have been in receipt of is one of my coaching clients said that after that ritual, she saw uh, these evil images coming out, and she kept seeing them when she even went home, on the plane, to going back to her home, to the whole 9 yards. I mean, she was having nightmare after nightmare. Someone else also, I did a reading for, who had that ritual done in Brazil or in the Amazon. I don't know what part. But that came up in her reading. And that's when she told me that she went and got it done, and that what I brought up was exactly what she saw at the ritual. And it wasn't something that affected something positive. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's talking to somebody of why I needed to share that. But yeah, so anyway, be careful about it. People talk about it good. Some people talk about it not so good. But the people that I've worked with don't have outcomes that say, okay, this was a really good thing to do because I got this to show for it. What they say is, help me, because ever since I had that done, I can't shake this. Or this is happening now and I don't want that and I need some help. So be careful about that, because don't give your spirit to anybody. A lot of people go get work done by other people, and unfortunately they come to me asking for help, and I can't touch them. I have to, just say, you got to go back to the person that you went to that told you about this ritual, that told you to do this, that told you to do that gave you that product, that gave you that whatever. And, and face it head on. And don't be afraid, because you weren't afraid to go to them in the first place, because all of it was fear-based energy. But you weren't afraid of them. You were afraid of losing out on whatever it was you went to them for. So go back to them and tell them the symptoms that you're having, and they need to give you a solution. That's a responsibility. For me, that's being in your integrity, is that we are responsible to a point of our clients and for our clients, but our clients are responsible for themselves at all times. We have self-agency. But as an influencer, as a spiritual teacher, practitioner, we also, a coach, I feel like as a personal integrity, as a professional integrity and code of ethics, morals, you know, you definitely want to be careful about that. So, you know. All right. Well, that's it, spiritual superstars. I'm so grateful for you. I hope and pray that you receive value today. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button and click the links down below, because we've got some serious positive stuff coming in. I've got an amazing blessing to share with you. The links are down below. If you are seeking certification as a card reader, as a spiritual practitioner, get on over to spiritualguidanceacademy.com and join our certified programs. Right now we got 3 for 1. I think it's still on that bundle. And what you're going to learn is how to be successful in your business sustainably, year after year after year, earning and bringing in a nice profit, and not worrying about this old stinky pandemic, but making money in this pandemic the honest way. You're also going to learn how to be a spirit guide, an accurate card reader, and also, of course, above all, is to practice spiritual safety. You're also going to learn how to be a certified spiritual life coach. Our program has some meat to it. We don't do kumbaya. We don't do all the time. We want you to survive and have fun, and we want you to thrive and be in business and wake up one day, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I get to live this totally blessed life. So I look forward to working with you. If you are open to working by me, click the links down below and I'm happy to service you. If you are open to coaching, let me just bend on down so that you can read this. It's so big, and when I ordered it, I was like, my whole thing was off with measurement, all of that. So I thought it was gonna be like half this size, but it's all good. All right, you got a good look. So I will see you very soon. Happy new moon. Gifts of prosperity. You know what? Let's do it. I'm pulling. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Take a beautiful deep breath in. We ain't going just yet. Deep, deep, deep. Focus on your manifested outcome. Come on, come on, come on. And let it out. Push it all away. One more time. Kissing your higher self, challenging your human. Exhaling out the doubt, the worry, the pain, the stress, the inconsistency. You don't got time for it. Whew, thank you so much, Divine Source. That felt good. Good, good, good. Feel good. All right. Thank you so much, Divine Source. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lisa Lee, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Divine Source, thank you so much for showing our spiritual superstars their spiritual guidance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. One thing I didn't share, be sure that you are focusing on what you do to your human in your spiritual practice, okay? Yoga is one thing. Balancing your chakras, eating as healthy as you can, stretching, exercising is a big deal. Remember, you channel through your human, right? So take care of her or him and ground yourself. That's so important. The last thing you want to do is absorb anybody's energy. I'll be right with you, man. Whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. I've got 33 here. That's a new foundation, and that is creating this new playing field that you really want. And so remember this. This is on the new moon energy. You know that we manifest on the new moon. So just as Lisa, right? Was that Lisa that gave us that amazing? Lisa gave us that amazing affirmation. Use it tonight. Whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. And with 33 here, we know that Spirit is just saying, balance out the areas of your life to fit your manifested outcome. Focus on that vision. If you have the ability to imagine it or even to think about it, this universe has the ability and the resources to deliver it fully onto you. For it is like a well-stocked kitchen with every ingredient imaginable at your disposal. Honey, that tells us that our manifested vision already exists. It's already manifested. We simply are just bringing it to us. Last thing we're going to do is call, we're going to call our chakra. Thank you so much, Divine Source. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There it is. Oh, that's good stuff. So anybody that's doubting their self-worth, that's what just came up. So even though Spirit just told us, whatever we can imagine, the universe can deliver it to you. So that means, honey, whatever you want, see it, believe it, claim it in that energy, and you own it, okay, as though it's already been done. So this is your self-worth sitting here, okay? Now we're going to read the legend that comes in. That's in our sacral chakra, all right? Our sacral chakra is where we house our emotions, our feelings, our level of optimism, positivity, social energy, even being mobile or active, humanitarianism, activism, being an advocate. All of that really is in our sacral chakra. And this energy is emotional discipline. It's, being the where we really are able to say we are the master of our fate. We are the captain of our soul. You know that Invictus. It really is in that sacral chakra. And so if you're struggling with your feelings, if you're struggling with your sense of self-worth, your self-appreciation, your value, then you really want to look back to your root chakra and see where that is out of alignment, where your foundation is. What are you building on top of? Is it shaky ground? Is it poor ingredients? Are you giving yourself the best ingredients, or are you really sacrificing what you deserve? Salmon is the color of deep emotional peace. You have been given a gift of self-love. This energy indicates a love of life and no longer trying to prove your value to others who may not see what you see. They don't see what you see. What did Spirit just say? Whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. So don't be trying to please nobody else. Rely on your inner knowing. This energy speaks to greater knowledge, innocent curiosity, being rewarded, receiving divine love. So think, how do I relate to the word deserving? How do I relate to self-worth? Am I ready to allow myself to receive what others may not? And to know this, people, events, and material objects beyond your frame of reference are being drawn to you. Aim higher, for you will draw even greater experiences into your life. Allow your energy to grow. Receiving is an action. Well, that's beautiful energy. So, when should you flush your chakras? That's a great question, Eric. You're gonna get symptoms that cause you to pause. You want to watch out for that anomaly. So, headaches, stomach upset, but also not just physical imbalances. So if you are feeling depressed, if you are trying to see and project because you're planning, right? You're working on a project or you've got goals, aspirations, and you just feel blocked. You feel like you can't get ahead. Maybe you have financial goals, and for whatever reason, it feels like that the universe just keeps pushing you back and you can't put it on one reason. So that's why I say for whatever reason, because it just keeps coming and coming and coming. So these are the things that let you know that you have to flush your chakras, that you have to balance them out. But I'm of the belief that you keep that going because it's not just your 7 primary chakras that you are made up of that are swirling through you, the human, and especially you, the soul, because you're of that same energy. But because we have over 100 chakras and are human. But I'm of the belief that you incorporate that continually throughout your day. And when things happen that are the obstacles, death, layoff, marriage, birth, just any kind of drama or upset to your life, it then becomes imperative that you work to balance and detox your chakras. Let's say, for example, you have a toxic relationship that you are trying to release. You could be trying to break up with somebody, get a divorce. You could be trying to just get back on get the harmony back in your marriage, in your relationship. We all go through the waves of ups and downs of relationship. So you might just be seeing that, you know what, this is just throwing me off. How can we get back into a balance? How can we fall back in love? So you might need to work on your foundation, your muladhara, your root chakra. And so you might just need to strengthen more in that area by enjoying more red fruits and vegetables, red peppers, strawberries, raspberries, and things like that, drinking more pomegranate juice. So these are very easy ways to balance out your chakras on that the metaphysical way, right? But you also want to make sure you're pouring that energy into your thought because that's what's going to drive your action. So also working on your fourth chakra, your heart, right? Your heart chakra. So you might be working with Archangel Raphael or Archangel Ariel. On top of that, it might be Goddess Isis or um, Imhotep, or you might be if it's your third eye, you know, you might be working with Horus. You know, there's different ways, there's different things that you want to there's different things you want to do, but you certainly want to be in that continuous flow of releasing the toxins from your energy flow, which are your chakras. Chakras are literally swirls of energy within you. So if those swirls of energy that govern that certain area of your life are off, there's every single time. There's never not a time that you can't fix it. Okay? I hope that helps. All right. All righty. Well, I guess I will get going. I love y'all so much. I love y'all. And you know, spiritual guidance is my thing. I love it. And I love helping you. If there's anything that I can do for you, click the links down below and meet us on over at Facebook. I will see you tomorrow where we're starting our units in our Facebook group at Spiritual Guidance Academy, our private group. So get on over there. If you don't have a Facebook account, get on over there anyway by creating one and just take advantage of it because the units are going to be amazing. It's going to be interactive. And you're going to get a lot out of it. I hope that's the objective, for you to get some value out of it that'll help your spiritual journey, help you understand yourself more, and help you really enjoy this beautiful thing that we call life. Mwah! I love y'all, spiritual superstars. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow.